Hello and welcome to another movie review. Last week we did the original. No, we didn't. That's this week. The last week we did the prequel trilogy to Star Wars, and this week we're doing the original trilogy. Purely because it is the month of the release of the new Star Wars Episode VII, The Force Awakens movie, and I am pumped to go see it on like the day it comes out. I might probably see it on the 18th, maybe the 19th. Well, haven't really decided, but I'm at least going to see it twice. Because let's be fair, it's Star Wars. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, as build up for that, we are doing another review of the original trilogy, being A New Hope, followed by The Empire Strikes Back, followed by Return of the Jedi. Before I get like a comment saying these videos are terrible. Yes, I know that. Sorry about that. But I haven't really had much chance to prepare them. I only just decided that I was going to do them and not do TF2 montages anymore, and I haven't really had a chance to make them good. All movie reviews I do in the future, from like number 3 onwards, I'm going to try and make them like amazing and awesome, and yeah. So bear with me. I understand if you don't watch this because it looks terrible. I will not be offended unless you leave a very rude comment, which I'm sure you guys won't do. You're nice like that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop babbling now and start talking about A New Hope. Okay, so the original Star Wars film is Episode 7. No, it isn't. It's Episode 4. I don't know why I went to say 7. That's the new one. Originally it was just called Star Wars, but now it's known as Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. It is the story of Luke Skywalker, a boy who is on Tatooine, who finds C-3PO and R2-D2, who then, via that, meets up with Ben Kenobi, who is Obi-Wan Kenobi from the prequel trilogy. And then they team up and go and save Princess Leia from the Death Star with the help of Han Solo and Chewbacca. And then they escape the Death Star on the Millennium Falcon after Obi-Wan is killed by Darth Vader, the evil Sith who runs the Empire's armies. He's not the actual emperor. He's just the general of the armies or something. I don't really know. His right-hand buddy. Anyway, they escape to Yavin 4, in which they have the Death Star plans, and then are able to fly in a small attack force at the Death Star. However, most of them end up getting bumped off, apart from Luke, who fires 2 torpedoes into the main reactor, and then it blows up, and only Darth Vader survives. So that is the basic plot. It was released in 1977. It was written and directed by George Lucas, and I believe it is the only one of the original trilogy to actually be directed by George Lucas. So that's interesting, isn't it? The sequel was released in 1980, and it was Star Wars Episode V, The Empire Strikes Back. It is normally associated as the best of the films to do the Star Wars films. However, as I said in the previous video, my favourite is Revenge of the Sith, the 3rd film in the prequel trilogy. Anyway, with this one, they start off on the planet Hoth. Darth Vader is searching for Luke and the rebels, and they have to escape from Hoth as the rebels the Empire tries to stop the rebels from escaping. However, they manage to do it. Darth Vader chases off after the Millennium Falcon, while Luke goes to Dagobah and finds Yoda. And he starts his Jedi training, and then he realizes, oh no, the Han and Leia and that lot have been captured on Bespin, and then he flies over to Bespin and then fights Darth Vader a bit, and then there's that classic scene where he goes, I am your father, and then he goes, no, and then he falls into a ventilation shaft and they save him. But Han gets frozen in carbonite and whisked off with Boba Fett, setting up the plot for the next movie. Released in 1983, was the final film in the original trilogy. being Star Wars Episode VI: Return of the Jedi. It starts off with everyone going to Jabba's palace on Tatooine in a desperate attempt to save Han Solo. However, then they are all kidnapped and attempted to be fed to the Sarlacc pit. However, Luke saves the day, and Leia kills Jabba, and then they all escape, and then they fly off and part ways, and Luke goes back to Dagobah, while the others all go off to like some rebel base somewhere. And then they decide to go to Endor to destroy the second Death Star from being constructed. And then Luke joins them, and they all go to Endor on the forest moon. And the Emperor's there, and then Luke and Darth Vader go off to the Emperor. And then there's a big battle as the Ewoks and the rebels attack the Imperial forces on the forest moon. And then there's a battle on the Death Star as well between Luke and Darth Vader as the Emperor's trying to twist his mind. And then he chops off Darth Vader's hand, and then he refuses to join the dark side, and then Darth Vader chucks the Emperor into the depths of the Death Star. And then there's a trap, and Admiral Akbar and all the rebels turn up, and then they keep getting wrecked by the Death Star, and then the Death Star blows up because Lando is like a badass, and he flies in with the Millennium Falcon and goes pew pew pew, and everyone blows up. And then the rebels win, and then there's a big happy celebration, and then Anakin and Obi-Wan and Yoda's ghosts turn up, and Luke goes, "Hello, ghosts," and that's the end. So yeah. So they are the 3 movies in the original trilogy. I generally quite enjoy them. They are very good. Not as good as how I find the prequel trilogy. Most people would have disagreed with that fact. Also, most people would have said that Empire Strikes Back is the best of this lot. However, I greatly prefer Return of the Jedi. I love the Ewoks, and I love the Emperor. So, out of them, that is my favourite. Obviously, I'd recommend watching them. Obviously, if you're going to see the new one, you have to watch them all, because otherwise you're a scrub, and what are you doing? You need to see all the Star Wars films if you're going to go see number 7. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You probably didn't, but oh well, that's not the point of this video. It's the point so I actually have some content out. Be sure to tune in next week, as I will do like some kind of Star Wars related top 10, and I'll actually put some decent effort into making that video, unlike these. So yeah, bye.